Hello and welcome to another episode of Selling Hobson by the Pound. This week for the test pressings offers, we got some pretty interesting stuff. First thing is, as you all know, I've been going through all of my stuff that I've been collecting for many years and weeding through it and just getting, letting some of this stuff go, really and truthfully. So for those people that would like to own a piece of my history or something kind of cool, that's what this is all about. And to that end, I've got a couple of books that are being offered. This is a paperback version or softback version of Bill Claxton, who was a good friend of mine. And he put this record out. He had many famous pictures that Bill took, particularly with Chet Baker, who's the subject here. And there's just so many wonderful photos. John Coltrane there, Ray Charles, among others. And this is actually signed in the back, on the back cover by William Claxton. So yeah, it's kind of cool to have something that's signed. And so there you go. Here are the Jimi Hendrix sessions. This book is John McDermott, put out by John McDermott and Eddie Kramer. Eddie Kramer being the famous recording engineer that recorded Led Zeppelin, Hendrix, and many, many more. And so both Kramer and John McDermott has signed this in 1997. So this is when we first started out doing some stuff with Experience Hendrix and so forth, and it was a really wonderful time. So, and then this is the famous Jim Marshall book, Not Fade Away. And I met Jim on a number of occasions, and we licensed the photo for the Allman Brothers at the Fillmore East, and there's a funny story behind that. We called him up, and he said, all right, you can license this photo for use in the LP, but you've got to send me $2,500 tomorrow by FedEx. And if you don't send it, I'm going to come and shoot you. And I was on the line with a guy who worked for me at the time, who will remain nameless. And we just looked at each other and went, okay. And so sure enough, we overnighted $2,500 in cash to Jim Marshall. And there you go. And so I met Jim thereafter. And so here's a copy of the book I bought. And there's a postcard inside that he signed. It says, please come, try to come by the signed books, and he initialed it. So the book isn't signed, but the postcard that he gave to us is. And so Not Fade Away. All right, so that's a few interesting things. Remember, we're in the midst of this mad collection of these King Super Analog discs that I bought many years ago. Most of which are sealed. I have duplicates of the ones that I wanted to keep, and so these are all on offer. These first records, I believe, are, I'm trying to think of whether or not these are 180 gram or not. This one, I don't think it is. These were all pressed, if you'll recall, at the famous JVC plant in Japan, and issued. This is William Bachhaus, his last concert recorded live in Austria, this famous hall in Austria, and I don't want to butcher the name, so I'm not going to say it. Beethoven Piano Sonata, Schubert, Mozart Piano Sonata, Schubert Impromptu. Beautiful, beautiful record of Bachhaus playing live. Here we've got Vladimir Ashkenazy playing Rachmaninoff Piano Concerto No. 2 with Bernard Haitink and the Concertbau Orchestra. Again, this is something that was licensed from London and was issued by King Records. I believe that's to be a regular weight record as well, but remember, astonishing fidelity, even if they're regular weight. This 180 gram thing, these records show that I don't think you have to have a 180 gram record to have a great pressing. Here's the Tchaikovsky 1812 with Stokowski, famous performance which was that on Phase 4? Yeah, it was on London Phase 4 and licensed and reissued in Japan. So there you go. These are all Japanese pressings. Now we're back into the King Super Analog. This is Boskovsky and the Vienna Mozart Ensemble doing Mozart Divertimento, number 17. And this is a sealed copy. King Super Analog, 180 gram, pressed at JVC, the legendary JVC plant. Here's Brahms Quintet and the Wagner Adagio, members of the Vienna Octet, with Alfred Boskovsky on clarinet. So there you go. That's a sealed copy. Berlioz Symphony Fantastique, Montu, Vienna Phil. This is a famous recording, Montu and the LSO, or I'm sorry, the Vienna Phil in this case. And this is another sealed 180 gram version. Here's the Beethoven Piano Concerto No. 5, the so-called Emperor, with Goulda and the Vienna Philharmonic, conducted by Horstein. And that's a sealed copy. Here we have Benjamin Britten, conducting the English Chamber Orchestra with a number of different pieces, including Purcell and Elgar and Benjamin Britten pieces, Simple Symphony for String Orchestra, sealed. We've got Dvorak, Symphony from the New World, Cortez and Vienna Philharmonic. Famous performance as well. Pressed at JVC and on 180 gram, incredible quality vinyl. I wish we had that quality of vinyl when I started Classic Records. But we strove to meet or beat the quality that King Super Analog established. This is Rimsky-Korsakov, Scheherazade, Lauren Mizell and the Cleveland Orchestra, sealed. We've got Dvorak, 8th Symphony, Von Karajan and the Vienna Phil. Famous performance of that. Spartacus, this is Khachaturian Spartacus, the Gaina ballet suite with Khachaturian conducting. That's kind of cool, the Vienna Philharmonic. Again, licensed from Decca, UK. This is Bach, the orchestral suites, number 2 and 3, Mariner and the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields. Another, I think this is from London Decca or Argo, which some of those came out on. Here's Willy Boskovsky, Mozart, Boskovsky conducting the Vienna Mozart Ensemble, Mozart number 7, the Hafner. Again, from that wonderful Decca Records catalog, of which there are so many great recordings. Remember the Decca tree and how it really had the spaciousness that a lot of other companies struggled. They had their own things. RCA had their thing. Mercury had the 3-track and the mics and so forth, and EMI had their approach. And so there was something about the Decca tree that really was kind of magical. So that's all of these come from that world. Beethoven Piano Concerto No. 3, Friedrich Goulda and the Vienna Philharmonic, again conducted by Horst Stein, sealed. You got Beethoven 9th. Oh, this is a great performance. This is Hans Schmidt Isserstedt with the Vienna Philharmonic. This is a famous performance, and it's obviously a 2-record set. And look at this on the back. What a great picture. Pretty intense, huh? So, Bachhaus, again, with the, playing with the Vienna Philharmonic, doing Mozart, sealed as well. And then Tchaikovsky Swan Lake with Anton Fistolari and the, who's he conducting? Let's see. The Concertgebouw Orchestra, Amsterdam. Oh, what a beautiful cover too, right? Sealed. A couple more. Bachhaus doing Mozart sonatas 4, 5, 10, 12. There we go. William Bachhaus, solo piano. Beautiful, beautiful record. And then finally, Holst the Planets. This is that the performance with Zubin Mehta and the LA Phil that Harry Pearson popularized at the Absolute Sound. Absolute, astonishing dynamics on this recording. So there you go. That's this week's offering. And as always, good luck.